Hey everybody, it's your girl Shore, and today I'm going to talk about one way that you can customize your money bouquets for graduation, and that is by adding a graduation cap and customizing it. So remember, there are a lot of different ways that you can make money bouquets, and a lot of people will make them. But what I like to ask myself is, how can I set myself apart from other people, or what is something I can do to, put in something extra special, or another way that I can customize it that doesn't take too much time. So this is what I found. All the supplies I used are linked in the description. So one thing I did want to point out, I'm not going to go over the whole process I used to make the bouquet, because I do have other videos where I've done that. But I remade this bouquet like 3 times, no lie. One, because I usually use those cones, but I decided to try a method this time where I'm putting it basically in a pail that I cover with the paper that I usually cover the bouquet with, so it can sort of stand. And I'm also using this foam block. This is my first time creating one with a square foam block. And that's the thing that fits inside the pail. So I will definitely do another video that specifies the use of that, or how I created that. But for this video, I just wanted to talk about this customization of the cap and what I had to do a little different to get that look. So another thing that I did with this was the flowers in the middle. So I usually use about 7 of these style flowers, but when I looked at the size of the graduation cap, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be big enough. So I redid my bouquet, and I put so many flowers on there, and I made it almost shaped like a sphere, like a circle head, like in my eyes, so that I could put the cap on top of that. Okay, so let's get into this decoration part. So what I actually did was I ordered these graduation party favor boxes off of Amazon. Originally, I was going to try to put the box on a bouquet and maybe fill it with something for the graduate, but it kind of didn't fit right, and I kind of couldn't think of a way to get it to be propped up to where it lines up with the money and everything else, so I'll try that later. I created a design on Canva that fit the dimensions of the box. So I put it on sticker paper, and then I attached it to what would be the top. So I didn't need that box part, so that's why I cut that off. So in retrospect, what I could have actually done is just got a piece of paper and cut it 3.5 by 3.5. And then if you remember when you used to make clocks, or this might be before your time, or I may be telling my time, but we used to have clocks that we would do in like kindergarten to tell time, or first grade, and we would draw it and use like these little brass fasteners. You could probably do that with a piece of cardboard paper, punch a hole, use a brass fastener, and it would save you money. But these boxes are listed in my store. If you didn't feel like measuring it out and getting your Cricut and everything together, that's another option for you. So also, they came with these yellow tassels. So what I did on Amazon is I found some bookmark tassels, and they had like a variety of colors. So I thought that that was another way to add a little bit of customization to it. And instead of putting a yellow one on, these colors are gold and purple, or yellow and purple, but the purple made it pop. And another thing I could have done was add a diamond to it. The other thing I did was use this pop-up tape that I got from Dollar Tree to actually adhere it to the flowers. But I just wanted to show you what I did. And on this next part, I'm going to show you how I actually designed the top in Canva. And I wanted to show you what it looks like coming out of the package from Amazon. And then I wanted to show you the last final touches that I added to it. Okay, so to actually create the cap, and this is just something that I had had like as a mock-up, but I'll start from the beginning just so you can see the entire process, what you're going to do. And like I said, I'm using Canva. Is you're going to go to File, okay, and then it's going to give you the option to create a new design. You want to click that. The size is what you're going to customize. So like I said, these are 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And you see I already have that there. But for the sake of if we're doing this like it's new, you can change this unit to inches. And then just type in 3.5 and then 3.5. So now you'll create a new design and it'll give you a blank template. So now that you have your blank template, you can pick a design. I usually go to Elements, and in the search bar, you can type in whatever your heart desires. You can look for different backgrounds or, whatever you want. So, all right, so here's a design with graduation hats. What you can also do is when you go to add words, you click on text, and it has like some that are already designed. You can use those, or you can search where you see search fonts and combinations. It'll give you that. So just for the sake of this demonstration, I'll use this font, and let's just say hats off to the grad. Something simple. Now remember, when you're designing this, you don't want it to look like a square. Even though it is a square, you want it to look like a diamond. Pardon me. So the only way that I know how to do this, I don't know how to change it from being a square. So I just tilted it to the side. So if you look at it from that perspective, this way, it'll look like the shape of a graduation cap. Now, see, that's too much going on in the background. So I'm going to change this background design as well. But the thing is, you can mess around with this until you find a design or image, that you like. Okay, so I just erased the background, and now let's find something that works. So in this search box, I'm going to type in graduation, even though it's already there. You can type it or you can click on it. And there's this girl that I used where it looks like she's standing on business, or I'm ready to live the good life. So I'm going to just use her. So what I'll do is I'll resize everything, to the way that I like. So the thing I like about Canva is it is very user-friendly. I have the version that's not free. I pay a subscription for this every month, and I think it's worth it because how often I use it. All right, now that I feel like I have a pretty good thing, I'm going to search for some little flowers or something to put on the side. So they have a couple different options. Once again, this is just you messing with, the design that you want. And then you can even change the color of the background if you want. So this would be nice to do if you're dealing with multiple schools. You can just literally change the flowers and change the color of the background. Now, when you are ready to print, you could do this one or two ways. You could do it the PNG, and it'll print out. When I do it this way, I will be transferring this to a Word document where I can make multiple copies of it. If I'm printing out more than one. But another thing you could do is the PDF print. And what you want to do is crop marks and bleed. This is going to help you know where you're supposed to cut it at. So just for the sake of this video, let me demonstrate how this can, like, you know, show you how you need to print it. Or, I mean, what comes up when you print it. So you'll hit download, and it really doesn't take long to download. If it doesn't download, you could click here. If it does download, you could click here. But real quick, this is what I want you to see. You see those lines, vertical and horizontal lines? That's where you would use like your scissors, or I use like a little paper cutter thing, and I would slice it right there, and it'll fit perfectly, so you won't have any white perimeter, or, you know, worry about having to cut it too close and messing up the design. It like goes over just for that reason. So where you're cutting it at will be the actual cutoff part that you need. So I really hope that this helps, and I really hope that I explained this good enough for you. The boxes. So here is the base of the box, and then here are the lids. Oh, sorry. The lids. All right, and then also it came with these, and it came with these tassels. So this is what snaps on. Here are the tassels. Now what I did was I ordered, I'm gonna show you the big one. All these tassels off of Amazon. Once again, it's linked, just to make it more personable. So even if people didn't want like a picture, even just changing the color of the tassel, you know, adds a little bit more customization. Now, like I said, you can just, because this is literally a piece of, you know, cardstock or construction paper even. 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. That little brass thing I was saying is what you can stick in the middle. But here you go, so you can see the construction. It came with, this is the top part, and then it has like a little donut looking part. Oops. That would be the bottom. And what I did is the tassel, you sort of just stick it on here, stick it through, and then this part will seal the back. Like I said, those things that we used to make clocks with will work. All right, so now you have the tassel after you put that sticker on. Now originally I had ordered these things that say 2024, right? These are way too big for this, in my opinion. Way too big, and I didn't order those little fastener pieces. Maybe if I had the fastener pieces, it would work, but guess what? These, all right, so those were too big. So I ordered these, and they have rose gold, like a silver, black, and gold. And what I did was, we'll use this this color. I took one of the strings from the tassel and looped it right through. You know, like you're threading a needle. That's because this is leaned against the table. Sorry for all this shakiness. All right, and then what I did, I wrapped it around this part that's already there, right? Wrap, 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 wrap. All right. Now, if you have some Gorilla Glue or something like that, you can definitely use that to seal it. But what I have is, one second. I had this. It's just sticky. I don't know where the one at that was open. But what I did was I measured out this, so I would cut this in half with scissors. So you can just wrap it around here and it'll seal this piece on. And it gives it a little razzle dazzle. You know, it's iridescent, so that it sort of will go with whatever color you put there. And then you saw me tape it. You could place it wherever you want on your bouquet. This is just a real easy way to make your money bouquet even more customized. And the details.